You hear that? That's the sound of a rice field draining. Today was a long day. Physically exhausting, taxing, but very productive. We got a lot done. We're starting to drain the rice fields. First, let me explain the anatomy of a rice field. This is a rice field, a 150-acre rice field, divided into checks for water management. At each end of the checks are rice boxes, allowing us to control the flow of floodwater. The rice field has a slight grade from check to check, with an intake riser at the high side of the field and a drain riser at the low side. In the spring, before planting, we added toe ditches, helping a speedy flood, and now, at the end of summer, a speedy drain. The toe ditches connect the rice boxes to each other and meet at the drain riser. This is a drain riser. And now, what it takes to drain a rice field. We need to clean the mud and vegetation out of the rice boxes and in the toe ditch so that once we pull the boards, a steady, fast flow of water moves through the field and out the drain riser. Deciding when to drain a rice field is one of the most crucial decisions a rice farmer has to make. The ultimate goal is achieving optimal harvest moisture of the rice, 19 to 20%. Too high of a moisture and your drying expenses will increase because we aim to store the rice at 14% moisture. At harvest, too low of a moisture and your quality is jeopardized as overly dry kernels can break during cutting, especially as it's being processed through the combine. That takes a hit to the profit as well because we are paid based on quality, largely on whole kernels. Calculating when to drain for optimal harvest moisture follows three main approaches. 1. Visual inspection, as you saw in last episode, milking the rice. 2. Past experience with a particular field, knowing its ins and outs. 3. How many days old and variety of the rice. For example, this field was planted with M206, a medium grain variety, which should be at optimal harvest moisture at 142 days after seeding. Our goal is to have these fields dry enough for heavy equipment harvesting at optimal harvest moisture. Of course, there are some variables that affect any calculation, most notably weather. Draining in August with longer, hotter days moves along faster than September with shorter, cooler days with the potential of rain. Either way, it's going to be a busy week. We got 12 boxes per rice field about, and several rice fields. #CropFit. Now I gotta take these hip boots off.